Welcome back to L&D Design. My name is Lene and I am half of L&D Design along with my husband David. Today we have some budget-friendly fall DIYs for you guys. Fall is probably my favorite time of year besides Christmas, so I'm super excited for this video and to start decorating and crafting for fall. Today we have two fall DIYs, one reversible sign and one wall decor. I did use some Dollar Tree items along with some items I already had or I thrifted from Goodwill or got on sale at the store. So if you're interested in seeing these two budget-friendly fall DIYs, then just stay tuned. The first DIY we are going to be working on today is going to be this sign here. This, I believe I got this last year. This is from Dollar Tree. And I hung it up just like this last year. I thought it was really cute. It was very farmhouse, very rustic. But I just really want to, like I said, just kind of heighten some of the decor and make it look a little bit more high-end. So I love this sign. It obviously needs little touch-ups, but I love this sign. I do want to use it, but I don't want to just hang it on the wall just like it comes. I want to elevate it a little bit. So to do that, I'm going to be using this sign. This I actually just picked up from JoAnns Fabrics. It was originally, let's see, $24.99. It's their Place and Time brand, and they are right now doing, I believe it's 70 or 80% off of a lot of their summer decor. So I found this sign. It ended up costing me $8 and some change, which is a little bit more than I wanted to spend, but considering it's pretty good quality, it's a $25 sign, I thought it would really elevate some of my fall decor. So my plan with this, instead of hanging it the way it comes, is to do it sideways, vertically like this, not vertically, horizontally, excuse me, which means I am gonna have to take the hanger off. There's also like a hanger underneath here. I am going to have to figure out how to remove that and how to switch it so that I can hang it horizontally. But my plan is to paint the outside a little bit darker. I can either go with a gray because we have a lot of grays in our home, or I could go with a nice deep wood, and to paint the inside of it with this really pretty vintage teal spray paint. So I really want to bring some more of those like teals and more kind of muted tones into our fall decor, because right now we have a lot of these oranges and reds, and while I love that, I'm just looking to kind of tone it back a little bit and just mix some different colors together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some painter's tape, hoping that I have enough. I first am going to tape off all of this wood part so that I can take this into the garage and I can use my vintage teal spray paint on the middle and get all of this covered. My piece is dry. It's looking a little bit more blue on camera than it does in person. It's definitely more of like a green tone. And as you can see, that picture, the outline of it, the imprint of it is still showing through, but I'm hoping that you won't really notice that once I put the Dollar Tree sign on top. All you'll really see is this little part here. And I do have a few areas where I didn't get the painter's tape close enough. But what I'm planning to do is run some jute twine in there just for some extra detail. So now I want to work on the frame. I like the frame this color, but I do want to deepen it up just a little bit. I love this natural wood, but I'm just kind of wanting to deepen it up a little bit just because we do have the burlap and the twine and everything going on in the sign. So I want this to be a little bit deeper. So what I did was I just mixed some paint. These are apple barrel paints. I mixed black with melted chocolate just to make a deeper brown. I love the melted chocolate, but it's just not deep enough. So I mixed it up and I'm just going to paint my frame.
Here we go again. Trying hard, but you wanna be my friend. Ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. Here we go.
While we're waiting on our larger sign to dry, I want to work on the Dollar Tree sign. Basically what I did is I just pulled this off. It was stuck on the top with hot glue. It was kind of difficult to get it off, I will say, but there was just something about these leaves that I didn't love. I think it was this one in particular. So I just want to change things out a bit. So I have this random little sprig that is from a Dollar Tree garland actually that we got last year. And I think I just want to incorporate these instead. of that other one just because I like the orange colors here a little bit more. I think it looks a little bit more natural. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the stem part off the back so that I just have the 2 leaves. And then I'm just going to figure out how I really want to arrange my leaves. So I know that I want this one on top because it has the bow, but I just need to figure out how I want to arrange the leaves on the top of our sign, and so I don't cover up our words. So I'm just going to find a pattern that I like, that I think looks really natural and really pretty. So I kind of like how that is looking. I'm just going to keep those kind of where they are and move them. The first thing I need to do before I glue that down is I want to get rid of this jute hanger. So I'm just going to cut that off. And then I do need to tack down this burlap a little bit. It is peeling up. It's been in a bin since the last season, so it has seen better moments. So I just want to tack that back down, which is really simple to do. Just squeeze some hot glue in there. And then look on your sign, are there any other places that are majorly peeling that you need to tack down? So now my goal is going to be to glue my leaves down the way that I want them.
Call my bluff, I'ma be here till the end. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to.
Now let's talk about this raffia bow. I don't love it, but I couldn't get it off. So what I think I want to do is I just want to clean it up a little bit. It just looks a little bit scraggly to me, and it's driving me crazy. So what I think I want to do is I just kind of want to hot glue it in place so that it doesn't kind of look all bent and twisted. It looks a little bit nicer.
You don't wanna change, I can help you out, 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 I can help you out.
Turn this piece over and put some of these Crafters cubes. These are from the Crafters Square section at Dollar Tree. I want to put some of these on the back because when I have my sign, I want this sign to pop up a little bit off of our larger sign. So I'm simply going to flip it over, and I have 3 of these cubes, and I'm just going to place them kind of randomly where I think the weight's going to be evenly distributed, and I'm just going to hot glue them onto the back.
Here we go again. Time is up and I'm calling up my friends. Ain't no wonder why, ain't no wonder right to. Here we go.
The next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back to our large frame, and we're going to work on that jute trim that I'm going to do. So this jute is from Walmart. I find that it's much more cost effective when I buy it in kind of like a big container. It's not a container, but when I buy it in bulk like this, I get more for my money because I do use this a lot. This used to be like twice as big as it is. So I prefer to get mine from Walmart rather than the Dollar Tree because I just feel like I get more bang for my buck. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a thin line of hot glue, and I'm just going to put it in this little crevice here, and then I'm going to attach my jute rope to that line of hot glue.
Call me up and you wanna be my friend. I'm the one you ride, I'm the one you ride to. If you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to.
Now let's take a look at the back of our sign. This was quite a feat. So I really wanted to move this hanger to the top. This is going to be my top. I'm just using it as my bottom so you can see it in frame a little bit better. But this is not going to come out. I really wanted to get all these staples out that was holding in that like nautical rope. I only got 3 out of the 4 staples out. So I decided over here to just give that a little bit of a hair trim and leave that as is. And then I just cut off the thick piece of rope, and I'm just going to glue that to the back so that I can hang my sign horizontally. I am going to take this piece of tape. This came on the sign. Since I can't get this out, I don't want this to scratch up my wall. So I'm just going to put that right back over it. Just making sure that it's not going to like show on the outside. And I'm just going to push that right back down over that hanger, because when this is on the wall, I don't want this hanger to scratch up my wall or wherever I decide to put it. So I'm just going to use that to protect my wall or my surface. And I'm just going to push that right back down. I do not want to break my sign by trying to take that piece out, and it looks like it's going to be quite an adventure. So I'm just going to let it be. I am going to glue this back on, and I don't really need a lot of hanging room. I did have to cut this, so I did lose some length, but that's okay.
I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out.
While that hot glue is setting, I am going to come in with some ribbon. And I'm just going to try and very carefully place that ribbon over the hot glue that's setting. And then just push it down, just so it looks a little less messy on the back. Now we're ready to attach our Dollar Tree pumpkin sign to our larger sign. And by the way, I don't think I mentioned it, but the ribbon that I used on the back is also from Dollar Tree, from their Crafters Square section. And I plan on using this in some DIYs, but I had it right next to me and I was like, I really just wanted to cover up that messy spot. So this is from Dollar Tree. It has a wire edge. It looks like a really nice ribbon. So now we just need to attach our Dollar Tree sign in the middle. And I just want to make sure that when I do attach it, that my stem is not over my frame. So I'm just kind of placing it and kind of seeing where I kind of want it, so that then I know kind of where I want to set it down. So I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to put some hot glue on the back of our little feet, and then I'm going to place it on our sign.
I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out.
So we were all done with our sign, and then I was looking at it and I was just thinking, it's missing something. So I added some of these pieces from Dollar Tree. Came on this pick right here. It's their wheat from Dollar Tree. And I just added a few pieces of that. And then I also have these burlap, is that the one? Yeah. These burlap leaves from Dollar Tree. So I'm going to add those as well. These come in a 5-pack. I'm going to be using 2, and I'm going to be using 1 for each side to kind of hide this mess here, and then just to bring something to the bottom of the sign.
Look, if you don't wanna change, ain't no place to hide, ain't no one to run to. If you don't wanna change.
Project number 2 is going to be using this sign. I picked this up at Goodwill. I think it was maybe $1 or $2. And this sign is actually wood. You can see it was originally $6.99. This sign is actually wood, but it has kind of this paper stuck to the top of it. So my first step is going to be to take my hairdryer, and I'm going to try and get this whole sticker off without leaving too much residue. Then I'm going to sand anything off that may be left, and we're going to stain it a really pretty wood color. After struggling to get that sticker off, I finally gave up and decided to sand it. And as you can see, it still did not come all the way off. So I have decided to turn this into a double-sided sign. This part I'm going to attach some scrapbook paper. And then on the other side, which was the back of it, I am going to stain that and do my original idea on that side. So I am going to stain the back, and then all of the sides, but I'm going to leave this part blank so that I can attach my scrapbook paper. So basically what I did was I mixed up some of that same apple barrel paint in black and melted chocolate. However, this time I just added some water so it acts more like a stain, just because I didn't want to deal with the messiness and the dry time of a regular stain.
I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out. I can help you out.
While we're waiting on our paint to dry, I am going to cut my scrapbook paper for the other side of our double-sided sign.
I can help you out.
My other side is dry. I really liked the way it turned out. I like that you can still see some of that wood grain showing through, and there's kind of different colors going on. I think it turned out really pretty. Now we are just going to attach our scrapbook paper. Just going to kind of see what size we have, and if we need to trim off any of the extra, we can do that with sandpaper. So I'm just going to kind of judge what size that I have. I think I'm going to have a little bit of overhang, but that's okay. I'm going to attach it using regular old Elmer's glue. Me and Mod Podge do not get along. I just don't prefer it. I prefer to use regular Elmer's glue. It's practically the same thing. However, I just feel like this is a little bit easier to work with. So our sign is dry. If you can see, I have a little rip here. Something got stuck on there. So definitely think I'm going to have to seal this with some polyacrylic after I put my vinyl on, just to make sure that doesn't happen. But I'm not going to redo it. I'm just going to go ahead and leave it just like that. Since I did have that spot there, I just decided to go in and do a little bit of distressing just to make everything look a little bit distressed, so it didn't look like that one spot just ripped. So now I'm going to apply my vinyl. Going to work on the other side. I have made some vinyl for the other side as well. This won't be as tricky since I don't have to worry about ripping the paper. So I'm just going to plop my vinyl on. And then I have some embellishments I want to add. I got these at Dollar Tree from the Crafters Square section. They're just little pumpkins, and they have like little picks on the back. So basically what I did is I took one of those mini pumpkins and I cut it in half just using a regular kitchen knife. And then I also have the stem that came in that one pumpkin, and then I just stole a stem off one of the other pumpkins, and I'm going to glue those on the sides.